Welcome to Lapis Moon Tarot. We will be getting messages from your well and wise ancestors today. So these are the ancestors that were living out their life purpose. They were in alignment. They were abundant. They had joy and peace and harmony, loved ones, family, a tribe. They had beautiful stories in their nature, in their way that they expressed themselves. They lived out the best possible life they could at the time that they decided to bless this earth with their presence. So these are the ancestors we want to channel. These are the ancestors we want advice from because they know they were tapped in. They knew their soul's purpose and they are going to advise you for your highest and greatest good. So I hope that resonates with you. I hope that you are going to get the advice you're looking for from these messages today. There are 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile number 1 relates to this smoky quartz. Pile number 2 relates to amethyst. Pile number 3, I can't remember what the name of this crystal is. I believe it is an agate, but I am not 100% sure. I'll give you a moment to make your choice. When you have made your choice, you can find the timestamp for your pile in the first comment or in the description below. I'm going to get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, if you picked this smoky quartz, this will be your reading. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. I have pre-shuffled them. You have the Middle Earth. Beautiful. So we are in the Middle Earth. This relates to the actual Earth life, like 3D vision that we're having of our life right now. So as you can see, we've got the image of the tree, of birds. So this is all the living beings that live on earth. This is our realm, basically. So the other realms would be the ones that are above us, of the sky world, and then the underworld. So this is very much about your present situation in the life that you're living right now, in the material world, in the natural world. Okay. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. That's incredible because of this middle world. So, okay, all right, let's take a look at what else comes out here. Freedom, beautiful. And gift of freedom. Break away from your attachments. Okay, wow. Okay, just taking it all in. So, definitely, you have your mission, your soul mission was to come here and create a better world, a new world through your creativity. So, to me, when we're talking about new creations here, it could be new ideas, it could be new forms of artistic endeavors, stories that touch the soul, art, music. You're going to tap into some creative endeavor that is going to light up other souls when they are touched by it. It's going to have this domino effect where, almost like going viral, where your art, your way of communicating, maybe your stories that you're going to tell, the content that you're creating on social media is going to go viral, and it's going to touch other souls who are doing the same kind of work as you are to bring in a new age. We have moved into the new age of Aquarius, if that speaks to you, and this could be your ancestors' way of telling you that you're continuing the work that they have done when they were here. This is not a new concept. People have been awakening and at different parts of our history throughout all of mankind's history, of humankind's history, and so you always had enlightened souls that were trying to basically wake up and touch the souls of all the ones around them so that the world would change for the better. And if we think about over the last few years, even over when we had COVID, the way that society has opened up its eyes to a lot of injustices that were happening basically under our noses, but we were almost blinded to them. And now the veil is lifting and people are taking note, and it's touching their hearts, it's touching their souls. We're offended by it. We are aghast by it. How could this injustice be still going on? How could this injustice be still allowed by a society that has decided that we are better than this, that we want to embody values of goodness and kindness and charity and progression and progress. And so it has to include everyone. It has to be inclusive. It has to be kind towards humanity, kind towards animals, towards nature, more in line with nature. And I feel you're a big part of this. This is your soul mission on earth, to birth this new age of enlightenment, of alignment, of being a caretaker of the earth and all of the beings that live in the earth. Because of this middle earth card here, you're very tapped in. You might get a lot of your strength being out in nature, contemplating in nature, going for walks, by the beach, in the woods. You're someone who's really tapped into natural cycles too. Maybe the moon affects you, maybe seasons really affect you. Yeah, I'm getting that with these two cards. And then this freedom card. Okay, so twice freedom. So two things here. Your ancestors might be highlighting the fact that you're not free at the moment to live how you want to live, to bring this about. And there could be a lot of constraints on you. So this could be social constraints where your belief systems are a little bit too far out, let's say, for the social circle you find yourself in. So you don't have like-minded people to support you. You might have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders. So you might be raising a family. You might have debt that you're trying to pay off, student loans, you have bills to pay, you need to work a 9 to 5. So how do you balance all of this? And they're saying here, break away from your attachments. So of course, there are certain things that we absolutely have to take care of. So, if you're responsible for little human beings, that's not something that you can really shirk a responsibility on. However, these attachments that are pulling on your time and energy, this could be overcommitting to different things that aren't absolutely necessary and aren't focused into this birthing new age soul project that your main goal is for this life. We get, so distracted by what is expected of us from society, from our families, from our community. And sometimes it's not that we don't want to do the work that we love doing and are inspired to do. It's really that all these distractions are coming our way and we feel kind of almost guilted into doing things that we don't have the energy for or the time for or the capacity for. Um, and when we get stuck in those cycles, it's hard to then say no because you've already committed. And so people just expect you to just keep doing those same, things and recommitting the next year or the next, season or whatever the situation might be. So they're really highlighting here for you to break out of that, to break out of all that is not fulfilling, all that is distracting you, all that is pulling on your time and energy so that you're not able to, actually focus and put in the time and put in the energy where you feel most aligned with your soul's purpose. I'm just going to read you from the book, actually. I'd love to hear. So, Birthing a New Age. This is the Work Your Light Oracle card, the guidebook. So, Birthing a New Age. Okay. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Right now, we're in a transition period between ages. In the process of allowing the old cycles to fall away and the new to rise, like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead, we need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. Yes, let's freedom from attachments. They're not serving you. You are part of a group of souls who have been incarnated at a significant period of history preparing for this exact time, dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenes, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from the past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. Work your light activation. Hold the card on your heart and say, so I will do that for you and we'll say it together. I am open to surrendering to the creation that are wanting to be birthed through me. May I be of service in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. Please use me. Please lead me. Please show me the way. Beautiful. That message from your ancestors, I have goosebumps. That's really lovely. I mean, you are starting off strong, group number one. Yeah, this middle world, I mean, this new age and this freedom, and freedom can be yours. This is a, a conscious decision that you're going to make. And I know you can make this decision. I know it's difficult right now because you're trying to think, how can I possibly make time and room and work, the work that I want to do and make everything else work. But sometimes, like the advice said, the road appears as you step ahead. You just have that trust in the divine. You have trust in your ancestors who are leading you, in your guides, in your angels, that your steps are on solid ground, that you are truly moving towards what your soul is calling you, and absolutely rely on your intuition and discernment through that. But the gift of freedom, you're going to gift yourself this freedom. This is going to come from you. This is a decision you're going to make. Like, no more of having your energy kind of zapped by things that aren't fulfilling for you anymore. Let's get you some tarot around this. Some more messages from your well and wise ancestors. I feel they were doing this kind of work as well, maybe in different ages. I mean, this oracle deck here, this is the Sufi oracle deck. And so if you think of the poetry of Rumi, he was much ahead of his time. This is that type of embodied energy I get here. Your ancestors were exactly the same. They practiced compassion in a time where it was more brutal. It wasn't, compassion may have been looked upon as a weakness, but they were strong in who they were. They were strong in what their soul was, commissioned to do here, and they thrived. And they were respected. Rumi was a highly respected cleric. He was respected as a person of law, of lawmaking at the time where he lived. His poetry was admired and respected wherever he went. Nothing says that it has to be a struggle or you have to hide away what you're feeling, what you want to express in the world. The right people, when they hear it and their souls ignite, like this picture shows, you're going to find your people. You're going to find your soul family that are on the same journey. Let's get you some tarot. We'll pick one card at a time. It's too many. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is talking about, to me, because of how they kind of mentioned, people who are mystics, who are almost like, I feel, shaman energy. If you ascribe to the word witch, if not, it could be just someone who understands natural energy, the natural world, who works with that, whether it's herbs, whether it's flowers, the earth itself, water, that type of person. Because with the Page of Pentacles, it talks about tapping into that earth magic, that ability to harness energy from the natural world. And because it's in the reverse, it's like I feel you're almost uncertain or afraid to take those steps that way. It's been calling you and you just don't know or are unsure of how to go forward in it. So very simply, spend a little bit of time in nature every day. Make sure you're getting out for fresh air, for sunshine, for, a walk in the trees, a walk in the woods, a walk outside, by a beach, by a body of water. All of these things will inspire your connection to grow stronger with nature and for you to feel less hesitant to take more steps to perhaps even read more into it, get more information, find like-minded people, maybe even start rituals of your own to start tapping into your earth magic. This is lovely. And again, your ancestors are bringing this message to you, so they could have been past shamans, past people who did work with the earth magics. They might have been healers. They might have been people who, like the book said, midwives. They were wise women, wise men that people came to for different herbs, different medicines. Let's see here. Knight of Wands, beautiful. So the Knight of Wands is a very passion-oriented knight. He goes where his passion leads, and this is really nice. It's like a fire is being ignited in your soul to find your joy, to find what brings you passion, to find what piques your interest and holds your interest. Now, this, night is kind of a little bit like goes to, one thing to another pretty quickly because his passion can wane. However, sometimes it's good to try different things to see what actually fits, to see what actually calls you, because we're all so different in, human being to human being. No two human beings are the same. So we can't expect to all conform to the same type of energy work or, birthing this new age in the same way. We're all meant to have different pieces of the puzzle. And so it's important to figure out what works for you, what speaks to your soul. How do you want to bring about birthing this new age, this new world? Yes, because the next stage, this is lovely. Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. This is a progression. The Queen of Wands, she sits very confidently on her throne. She is all passion. She is magnetism. She is charisma. She has all of this beautiful, passionate energy towards what she wants to manifest in this world. So I love this progression for you where you go from figuring it out, trying different things, to sitting firmly on what works best for you. How do you manifest? How do you bring about your joy, your passion, your ideas into this world? Oops. Okay. We've got the King of Cups, so Queen and a King. Lovely. This King of Cups, he has mastered his emotions. He's extremely empathetic and sensitive, but as you can see, he stays calm no matter what the water is doing. He has learned that his emotions are a superpower, that they allow him to feel and sense and discern through his emotions what is best for him, how to best proceed. It's very, how do I put this? A very healed empath. Not one that is trying to save everyone and doesn't have boundaries. This is a very healed empath. So this is what your ancestors are trying to tell you. It's truly a journey. You're going to tap into your earth magic by trying different things. When you're going to find something that speaks to your soul, it's going to ignite this passion in you. It's not only going to ignite a passion in you, it's going to also allow you to tap into your intuition, to your emotions on a deeper level than you could have imagined in order to help your passion grow. It's kind of like this synergy of passion and emotion together, fire, that go-getter kind of energy, that motivated energy with this amazing capacity to hold all of that emotional charge as well, and then utilize it and focus it into what you're creating. This is a lovely, lovely message from your ancestors. Let me get one more card here for you. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Yes, and when you tap into your intuition and understand that your emotions are your superpower, are your tool to use, your motivation, your passion are your tools to use, you are going to heal. You are going to let go of the fears, the anxieties, the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. The Eight of Swords talks about, this is, a sword is a mental card. Like, it talks about your thoughts, your fears, your sometimes limiting beliefs. It talks about wanting to find clarity in the end. That's what a sword is trying to do, through intellect, through mental acuity, through reasoning. But the swords can also mean, in their negative connotations, just like we can get overwhelmed by our emotions, we can be overwhelmed by our thoughts, especially negative thoughts. But as you can see in the picture, if this was in the upright, she's bound by this light string that she can break out of very easily. This is not like thick rope. These are light strings that are holding her bound. Bound because she's so afraid to move forward and make a wrong decision or a wrong move. The anxiety is almost paralyzing her, where if she knew and she can sense that this is almost self-inflicted, she could break out of that, take off that blindfold and move on, no problem. And that's what you're doing, is you're realizing that these strings are your own construct. You're kind of realizing those limiting beliefs, that programming you had as a child, maybe negative experiences that you've had that are replaying in your mind. You're the one that's in control to break free, to not let them, right? Break away from your attachments. Because being addicted to Negative feelings is an attachment as well. Sometimes that, that happens. It's what we were used to. We grew up in chaos, so we feel chaos is normal. We feel chaos is the norm. So when we are in a peaceful situation, when we have harmony with the people that we're around, it feels boring, it feels weird, it doesn't feel comfortable, right? So healing that, recognizing it and healing that, however that healing comes for you, it could be through therapy. I'm not a professional, so this is really in your hands how you decide to take this message and what to do with it. But I do see that message coming through. You're breaking your own limiting beliefs, your own self-constraints. You're breaking out of the fear. I love this for you. Okay, let's get you a little bit more here from your ancestors. I personally love earth magic. I love herbs and different natural things, flowers, mushrooms for healing. So this is the Herbal Astrology Oracle, and we're going to get you some further guidance from your well and wise ancestors. There it is. Okay. Grace. Beautiful. I'm going to say this wrong probably. I believe it's pronounced Chisandra, and it's referencing this beautiful plant. And so Jupiter and Venus are coming into play here. It's giving me, of course, temperance vibes, because the angel in temperance has one foot in the water, one on earth, and they're transmuting, they're bringing harmony, they are bringing balance, they are bringing patience, knowledge, and I love the two birds here too. This is, giving me maybe soulmate, soul tribe, soul family type of people coming into your life to show you, to support you. But this grace, it's you showing it to yourself. That is going to be your healing, to have grace towards yourself, to not hold yourself to such a high standard that you can't even meet, to be gentle with yourself, gentle for what you didn't know in the past and what you know now, because once we know better, we do better. Give yourself grace. That's so lovely. I'm going to get you something that you can do right now. This is the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. What do your ancestors recommend you do for this healing to come through? The Grace card is beautiful, very expansive, very self-love, self-acceptance, radical acceptance is what I see there too. And it's very expansive. Once you accept yourself for where you are in your journey, that's when the roads open. It's no longer a looking backwards and saying, I wish I had done this differently. I wish I had known this. I wish things weren't like the way that they are now. Then you're forward looking. I have gained this much experience, this much wisdom. I have these tools that I know are within me that no one can take from me. And I am ready to share these gifts, to move forward, to be expansive in my life, to take room, to be free. Let's see what they recommend. A few cards. A beauty ritual, a health checkup, and alone time. I got that right from the Page of Pentacles, alone time, and I said take a walk by the water. That might be extremely healing for you. The beauty ritual, this to me feels like you may not see yourself clearly in the mirror. There are so many standards of beauty that are absolutely ridiculous, that are toxic, really, in society. So make this beauty ritual about what makes you feel good in your body. Because as you can see, yes, she's putting on nail polish, and if that speaks to you, that speaks to you. But I love, again, that natural element. She's putting flowers in her hair. That's so natural. That's so simple, to make herself feel beautiful, because they are beautiful. Things of that nature. It doesn't have to be an all-out makeover, you know what I mean? This health checkup, because I mentioned that again, to see a health professional, this could also mean maybe there's a deficiency somewhere, mineral deficiency, something that a health checkup could hopefully pick up for you to quickly resolve. Let's put it that way. So again, I'm not a professional. I'm not in the medical field or the health, mental health field, but this is the card and message that has come up for you from your ancestors. And I'm going to leave you with one final message from them. for pile number one. This one flipped over. Beautiful. I think this is pronounced heartsease, and these are the flowers. Compassion. Tread a little more tenderly. Yes, towards yourself. Compassion and grace towards yourself first. I hope that this resonated with you, group number one. If it did, please send me a like, send me a comment. I'd love to chat with you. And if you so feel inclined, you can subscribe to my channel for more pick a card readings. Okay, pile number two. If you chose this amethyst crystal, this is your reading. I've pre-shuffled your oracle cards. So we have the rattle in the reverse. I'll show it to you in the upright. Okay. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Okay. Going forward. Trust your gut feeling. Let your heart lead you to who you are. We got two from this deck. Determination. Perseverance leads to fortune. Love this card. This man on a journey. Okay. This is lovely. Okay. Don't be afraid of the crumbling. The crumbling is giving me tower vibes. And I'll tell you why it's here. Because the rattle. So your ancestors may have been shamans. They may have been very attuned to earth magic, to manifesting through natural natural cycles of the earth, using herbs, using medicines, that sort of thing. And so what the rattle talks about is it was a tool that they would use to bless the earth, to bless all beings for the highest and greatest good of all. This was a manifestation tool, a tool for healing. And it's in the reverse because there is something that you really want to bring about into this earth, into your reality and into your life. But your ancestors are warning that it's not for your greatest good, that it's not built on a solid foundation. And this could be because it's just something that's not meant for you right now. Maybe the timing is wrong, or that you're clinging on to something that is actually not benefiting you. A vision, an idea, maybe this is a career choice, a business that you're holding on to, a relationship that you're holding on to that is not on solid foundation. It's gonna come crumbling down anyway. And this crumbling down, I know it can seem scary because who wants that? Who wants to break out of a relationship that's important to you? Who wants, their dreams or their hard work not to come to fruition? I totally get it. But like the tower moment in tarot, sometimes, divine protection comes in the divine breaking down something that is not for our highest good, that's not meant to be part of our journey, so that when we transcend what we were clinging on to, what we were attached to, really, what our soul was so attached to that wasn't even meant for us. And we kind of learn how to detach, learn how to take this event as protection for us, as okay, it's just a no because it is for my highest good and the good of everyone I love. It's a no because the timing is wrong. It's a no because something better is coming my way, the law of assumption. So always assuming that everything is working out for your highest and greatest good, even if the news is negative, because it's some type of divine protection. This is the lesson or message that your ancestors are trying to send to you. Your rattle is in the reverse. It's not blessing you. It's not blessing your loved ones. It's not blessing your life. And so kind of recheck your motivation as to why you're clinging on to the relationship, the status, maybe the job, the career, the business. Recheck your motivations because they should always come from a place of, I feel so good doing what I do or being with this person. I feel like I'm aligned with my soul's purpose. I feel I'm of service to others. I feel I'm sharing my passion, my joy. I'm I'm really living out my soul's purpose doing what I do or being with this person or working this job. And if it doesn't feel that way, if it always feels like you're struggle after struggle, it's really forced, it's chaotic, you don't know where you stand with either this person or your job or the company you work for, sometimes that's the message too. Is it on solid foundation? Can you be better appreciated somewhere else? Because this is two ways. It's not just you holding on to this thing that's on shaky ground. The shaky ground is also affecting you. Why not be in a relationship where it's reciprocal, where it's loving, where it's not chaotic? Why not be in a career or a job or a place of business where you are appreciated, where you are recognized, where your ideas bring about amazing new changes, new services, new innovations that help you, help others, help your company, things of that nature. So maybe just ponder on that. That's the message coming through from this point of the reading. But then the shift happens because I feel you will walk through this garden and go forward. You'll get this message and say, it's going to crumble down anyway. There's no point in trying to hold on to it or try to rebuild something that is shaky. And when you move away from that and you move towards this beautiful path, towards the sun, towards success, towards happiness, towards your soul's content, you'll tap into your intuition and discernment. And this won't happen again. I mean, it may come in a different form. For sure, we're always learning lessons, but you won't cling on to shaky foundations, or you won't be as disappointed the next time something you really wanted doesn't work out, because you'll understand it's divine's protection. It's not for your highest good. Something better is going to come along, because that happened the last time. You walked through into this beautiful path towards the sun, towards happiness. You were lighter. You felt better. And that feeling, that gut feeling of knowing you are in a better place, knowing something amazing is just around the corner, it's coming for you, you are divinely guided, you are trusting your intuition, you're trusting your guides, you're trusting your ancestors. That determination to keep going forward, it's going to pay off. That's going to be your fortune, your abundance. However, you describe that, and it could be monetary, but it could be an abundance of time. You could have freedom to do what you want. It could be an abundance of loved ones, of joy, of happiness, of experiences in life. Whatever I mean, I love that it's kind of the universe in the background, because it's really leaving it open. What is fortune to you? And then manifesting that through your determination, through your perseverance, through your grit of not holding on to things that aren't meant for you. Moving on, persevering through to get to the moments where you understand that this is why this failed, because you were meant for something better. That's the message that's coming through from your ancestors, but I will get you some more details from the tarot around that. Very interesting energy. Your intuition is really strong, because they're saying trust your gut feeling. That means that your gut is telling you this isn't right for you. You already have strong intuition. And that could also mean why the rattle's in the reverse, because you're not listening to it. You're not listening to the divine guidance that's being given to you. You know in your gut that this isn't right, that this is crumbling. It's not meant for you. It's not your path. Interesting. Okay. But amazing to have that discernment and intuition already. A lot of people spend years just quieting down the mind enough to hear their intuition, because intuition is subtle. Intuition is a whisper. Intuition is how your body makes you feel. But if you're so out of tune with your body and you don't even feel the gut feeling, in quotation marks, it can take a long time to even realize what does intuition feel to you. But you're already there. It says trust your gut feeling. You already know in your gut. You're already very tuned to your body. Okay, let's take one card at a time. Further guidance for group number 2. Just one at a time. From your ancestors. Yes, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is most likely a career, a job, a business, because the 2 of Pentacles talks about work-life balance to me, and it's non-existent. You have a lot of pulls on you, energetically, time-wise, maybe mentally too. You're juggling a lot. There's a lot of things in the air that you're having to focus on and complete. It's on your shoulders, but it's hard to balance it all with also your own time for loved ones, for alone time, for introspection, for growth, for spiritual growth. You can't always be working. This is also a sign of a workaholic, or someone who can't can't seem to get away, or how do I put this? Say no, to all of the demands, to all of the constraints placed on your time. You feel like you have to do it all, but you don't. And that only leads to burnout. So I think you're getting that with this Two of Pentacles, that there's no balance here in this crumbling. Okay, yes, Ten of Pentacles. Because when you do find, like we said, that feeling where this is meant for you, the gut feeling is like, yes, this is good. Like, you will get that fortune. You will manifest what you need, what you want, what you're dreaming of, what your vision is, going towards the sun, going towards, I love sun energy. It's action oriented, but it's abundant, it's joy, it's vitality. That's beautiful energy to work with. And this Ten of Pentacles talks about a completion with your fortune. This is a type of legacy money. This is leaving inheritance for your children, having enough to go into old age, taking care of your loved ones. I mean, if that costs you, and family can mean many different things to many different people, but this is having wealth, this is having abundance, this is having joy, this is having family, however you define family to you. And that's coming your way. That fortune, perseverance leads to fortune. Let this go. This crumbling tower, this place you're not even happy at, that doesn't allow you for balance, to have these loved ones to share your fortune with, that's not worth sacrificing for what is really meant for you, which is this Ten of Pentacles. Take one at a time. I mean, everyone in that card is so joyful and happy too. And now this yellow, it gives me sun energy vibe again. The sun might be very important to you. You might be someone who needs to get out in the sun a lot. Whoops, that's way too many. Someone who, in the winter months, it's important for you to get out and get some sunshine, even if it's a brief walk. Yes, Nine of Swords, because I feel this is stressing you out. I mean, that's how we know we're not in alignment, is when we feel stressed out, when we are anxious, when we're not sleeping well. This is causing you so much anxiety. Look at the potential of what you have and what you can call in, and then look at the energy in this card, the darkness, the somberness, even her body language. She's all curled up into herself. She's slumped over. This is down energy, while this is very up energy. That's what we want. And this is also maybe causing you a lot of stress because you don't know what to do next. And that's what the sleepless nights are. Maybe you have realized, because you're trusting your gut feeling, that this is what you have to let go. And that could be hard. And it's giving you anxiety. What do you do next? How do you move forward? But you have the grit. You have the perseverance within you. Absolutely take the moment to grieve what you've lost. That is our human nature. It should be processed. It should be felt. But don't live in it, right? Because the Ten of Cups. 10-10, beautiful. Again, a completion card. This is finding fulfillment. This is finding the type of fulfillment that just brings you joy to think about your journey, how you got there. It is a completion card. It's number 10. Of course, a family is depicted on this card, but it's whatever brings you fulfillment, your heart's desire, fills your cup, fills your heart. Beautiful energy. Let's take one last card. One last card. Don't like that either. One last card for group number 2. One last card. Final message for group number 2. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This talks about missing opportunities for wealth. This could also talk about, and how I'm seeing it with the spread, is that you might feel like you're missing an opportunity because of this crumbling. And that's really hard for you to accept because you have worked hard. An Ace of Pentacles is also something that is divinely brought to you. Like, this opportunity came out of nowhere. You felt like it was amazing because it came out of nowhere. And so you thought it was in such good alignment to everything you wanted that it should be successful. But in this reverse position, to me, it feels like it's not in alignment, and it. It's just hard to pass it up because it's an opportunity. Who doesn't want to have an opportunity to build wealth, or get a foundation of wealth, or be successful at something, an endeavor, a new project. But look at how, in the upside down, the roots are going up. It's like against nature. This is, if it was right side up, it's like the roots would be going into earth from the seed, from this, potential. But it's upside down. It's not in alignment. And these two 10 cards, I would actually look up the meaning of 1010. The angel number, I feel like that would be significant for you. I get it. It's hard. It's hard to let it go. But you're going to have so much fulfillment and so much abundance coming your way. I'm going to get you actually a bit more tarot on clarifying that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse for that last position. I'll take 3 cards to clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Why is it in the reverse? The sun, because I mentioned the sun so many times in your reading, because you're meant for so much more. You're meant for so much bigger abundance, vitality, joy, usefulness. This is a beautiful winning card. This is success. This is victory. And this isn't the path for it. That's why it's being denied. That's why that opportunity is not good for you. That's why it's crumbling, because you're meant for something so much better. Let's get 2 more. For group number 2. That's one of the best cards you can get in the whole of tarot, Major Arcana. You don't have any other Major Arcanas coming out here, so this really is a trump card. Like, it trumps all of the energies that are showing up here. The sun is absolutely amazing to get. All right, let's see. Something flip over. 2 of Cups. Beautiful. This could be a romantic relationship, or it could be a business partnership that's coming through that's going to be extremely blessed, successful, meant to be. Sorry, 2 cards came out, so I'm going to keep shuffling. Okay, and reciprocal. Wow, what a reading. Lucky you guys, group number 2. So the 6 of Pentacles talks about giving and receiving, that flow of money, understanding money is an energy, asking for help when we need it, giving when we have surplus. But to me, it's the most beautiful reciprocal card you can get, because you'll be on equal footing. You'll see what each other's good qualities are and your traits and your strengths, and you're going to fulfill the weaknesses for each other. That's what I was trying to say. You're fulfilling each other's weaknesses with this card to make amazingly strong partnership that's going to be so blessed, so abundant, so successful. That's so lovely. I'm very happy for you, group number 2. I'm going to get you a little bit more of the card. This is the Herbal Astrology. Card number 3, the sun, again showing up here with Mercury, so communication, rosemary, ancient memory. If this is not your ancestors coming through, I don't know what is. I'm going to read that for you from the book. Beautiful. Okay. Number 3. Upright, remembrance, ancient memory, multidimensional sight, recollection, commitment, loyalty to a vision, the guidance, ruled by both Mercury, the planet of mind, and the sun, the planet representative of our base ego and superego. Rosemary embodies this holy connection, the mind of the ego to the superego, the higher mind. This card signifies past feelings and emotions are resurfacing from deep within. You may find yourself remembering and assessing ancestral memories that reside within your DNA. Rosemary assists us in healing through multidimensional sight, reminding us to use the power of vision to see beyond the contracts of everyday life. Don't dissociate or get consumed by the veil that broadcasts emotional imbalance. Call upon Rosemary as a guiding light to see beyond the veil of confusion and stay committed to the vision that moves you. We were talking about being out of balance here too. This tower that's crumbling, I feel it's deeply connected with your ancestors wanting you to do better, not wanting you to. And if you believe in this, there's contracts that our souls have, prior to coming to this earthly realm, where we want to learn certain things, we want to grow in certain ways. And so we've made soul contracts to learn those lessons. But once we get here, you still have free will. You still have the ability to break free of what might have been something that you thought was right at the time, but your mind has changed now, or something that was written in your DNA. So these are ancestral, maybe traumas or wounds that need healing in your unwise and unwell ancestors. And we all have them as well. And, it's been proven that that type of generational trauma, it can be inherited, it can be passed down through the DNA. And but it's not, set in stone. We can make conscious effort to rewire our minds, rewire our thinking. Neuroplasticity comes to mind, where you catch yourself doing a repetitive cycle, a thought pattern that's not benefiting you, believing into a limiting belief that's holding you back, and you slowly reprogram your mind to move away from those thought patterns, move away from those cycles. So rosemary may be significant to you too. This might be a plant that you really enjoy. She's using it for protection here. She's got the smoke coming up, and that's where her ancestors coming in to assist her. So very lovely energy here. Let's get you one final, oh, it's too soon, final message. Oh wow, it came out twice. Okay, it's meant to be for you. Zinnia, absence. What is not here is the key. What is not here is the key. Interesting. So what is lacking in this crumbling tower? That feeling of fulfillment, of abundance, of that sun energy, feeling like you are fulfilling your joy, your happiness, you feeling abundant, you feeling like you're in a relationship or cooperation with another person who understands you, who sees you in the same light, who is at your level, getting that good gut feeling. The absence. What is not here is the key. So looking for that good gut feeling, and it's going to come. I see that here with the Sun, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. I hope this was helpful. If it was and it resonated, please give me a like. And if you so feel inclined, please subscribe to my channel for more pick a card readings. Group number 3. If you picked this red stone, this red crystal, I believe is agate, this is your reading. Beauty Way. Beautiful. I pre-shuffled these oracle cards. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. I believe that's your ancestors just coming straight through saying they're here for you for this beautiful reading. Transformation, accepting challenges, trust your inner resources. Yes. Okay. So much loveliness. I love the flowers that are being referenced in both these cards as well. So the Beauty Way, this talks about finding beauty in every situation, in every moment. There's something that we can be grateful for. There's an experience that we can, um, dive into and extract beauty, wisdom, information, guidance from, even if it feels difficult, even if it's feeling challenging. This is finding beauty and gratitude on a daily basis. So this could mean going out and walking in nature, whatever is beautiful to you, looking at sunrises, looking at sunsets, spending time with loved ones, buying flowers, buying plants in your space, looking at things that are natural to remind you of how much beauty and amazing experiences are still out there for you to experience, to live through, to call in. I just love this card because your guides, your angels, your ancestors are standing with you. You might be going through a challenging moment right now. You might be in the middle of this transformation. And they are saying that they have you. They're holding your hand. They are walking beside you. You can ask for their guidance. You can call in their help. A lot of times our angels, our guides, they don't want to step in. They want us to ask for help. They want us to be the initiators of the relationship. They're always around. They're always guiding. But sometimes it's best for us to, how do I put this? Make that first step. Hold out our hand and say we need help, so that they can step in even more, that they can do more, they can guide you better, they can send you messages through dreams, through songs, through people. That's what I see with this card here. And this transformation and accepting challenges. Trust your inner resources is the transformation. You're no longer looking outside of yourself For the hero you need to be in your own story. You're stepping out. I love how the light is pulling her. And you know this is your truth, like it'll resonate. Your intuition will tell you, yes, that's right. That you are enough, that you have all of the tools and resources, all of the necessary knowledge, the wisdom, the determination, the passion, the drive to make this transformation, to step into your power, to step into your soul's desire, to bring beauty into this world as well. Because you're so drawn to beauty, you might be someone who's creative. You might be someone who wants to bring more beauty and joy into this world as well. And you need to replenish that kind of energy, especially when we're a creative. You know, there's nothing wrong with rest and rejuvenation for ideas, for insight, for wisdom. I just love this transformation card. You're in the cocoon. You're going to come out this butterfly. But the caterpillar, you know, they're not relying on any outside help to become a butterfly. They create the chrysalis, you know, they go into that hibernation, they go through that metamorphosis to transform into a butterfly. They do it all on their own. This is your journey. This is what you need to discover for yourself. No one can really do this for you, this work. And you're ready to do this work for yourself. You want more. I see that. And it's very blessed. You know, this light, this divine light shining down on this, you know, lady on this picture. It could be man or a woman. You're ready for more. And you're starting to trust yourself, to gain that wisdom, to know what to do, to trust your instincts. That's very lovely energy. I'm going to get you a little bit more with tarot. Take one card at a time for any further clarity or messages from your well and wise ancestors. Group number 3. Okay. Group number 3. Any further messages from your well and wise ancestors? Six of Cups in the reverse. Don't look at the past. Don't look at what no longer serves you. This is holding on to the past, not being able to move on, not being able to process through the challenges. Accepting them is moving forward. Accepting them is releasing this past. It's releasing what you're unable to move forward from. And it's not serving you. You want this transformation. You want to see beauty and to have gratitude for every moment that you live. You want to bring beauty to the world. So whatever the situation was, your ancestors are saying it's time to let it go. You can't live back in that moment. You can't unfortunately change it either. You can only change how you view it, how you've learned from it, how you feel about it. I apologize for that. So yes, not letting the past hold you back. And this could be accepting that whatever past challenges you had, whatever family upbringing you had, you know, maybe it was chaotic, maybe your needs weren't being met, maybe you were a sensitive child that your family just didn't understand how to nurture, and they may not have meant it, you know, maliciously. It was just unintentional. Couldn't meet you where you were. Because with this beauty way, I just feel like you always had an eye for beauty. You were a sensitive child. You caught things that other people didn't catch. And reminiscing about how you didn't get the support or the care or the nurture that you needed because of the people who were around you couldn't meet you where you were, that might be holding you back. Maybe that didn't, you know, foster a good sense of self, understanding yourself well, thinking that maybe you were the odd one out, you were weird, you know, you weren't normal. But artists, you know, they're not meant to be normal. They're meant to make us feel, make us think, you know, make us reflect. And you have to be sensitive in order to do that. But not like holding your boundaries though, processing the feelings, feeling what you felt, but also letting it go, not living in the past, not living through that cycle over and over again. Using your art to heal, using your art to let go. Let's get you some more. The Death card. That's actually very powerful to get right now. You are ready to let this go. All of the past things that have held you back, the limiting beliefs, the self-sabotage, the thinking you didn't have, enough, that you're not enough, that you can't possibly put yourself out there, that you're the odd one out. You're literally killing all of that. Like, it's over. Like, we're not going to live in that space and that negativity anymore. This is a death and rebirth. This is moving forward. This is letting go. This is healing. This is rebirth transformation. Beautiful. Beautiful connection here to the oracle cards. This is transformation. Star card in the reverse. You've lost hope, my love. You've lost that understanding that you can have your wishes fulfilled. And I can see, because you're reliving past events where your wishes were not fulfilled, where your desires were not met. But this is such a beautiful, powerful card. You can see, her heart chakra is glowing. And that is where her wishes are coming and pulling and manifesting from the divine, from God, from the universe, what she wants to fulfill, what wish she wants to fulfill in this life. And so this could be a warning that sitting in that past energy is blocking your own wishes from being fulfilled. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy of, I don't get my needs met, I'm not nurtured, I'm weird, or whatever the cycle is that's playing in your head. And then it's like, okay, well, that's what this person is desiring, so here's more of that. Instead of what your heart truly desires is this transformation. It's this trust. It's this stepping into your power. Let's get one at a time. 4 wands, find your people. Whatever circle of people you were with, the community, the family that couldn't meet you where you were. And I'm not saying that they meant to do this or it was meant to be harmful. Sometimes people are just not in the same path that you are, and they can't see it from your own perspective. We didn't have, our parents didn't have the resources and tools and psychology that we have access to now to understand how to nurture sensitive children, to understand how to nurture empaths, to nurture artists. They were doing the best they could with the resources they had. And so now, as an adult, you have it in your power to find the people that celebrate you, that get you, that want to build beautiful moments and experiences with you. This is a celebration card, but in the reverse, it makes me feel like you're not surrounded by like-minded people, but that's in your hands to go and find them. Especially with the internet, it's so easy to, not easy, but more accessible to find like-minded people. Beautiful. The Magician. Gorgeous card to get. Major Arcana. This is the transformation you're making. Understanding you have your inner resources to manifest the life that you want. You want a circle of friends who understand you, who support you, who are free spirits, artists, who are sensitive, who are loving, who are supportive. Make the wish and make it manifest. You're letting go of the past and what you thought was possible for you, and you're transforming into this magician. The magician uses their resources to manifest. They use their passion, they use their emotion as a superpower to discern, to be intuitive. They use their resources monetarily, or their connections, their know-how, their knowledge. Everything is singularly focused towards their goal, and they make it happen. They call it in. That's how they manifest. And they're manifesting from a place of high self-worth, because they know that they have these resources. Trust your inner resources. When you trust them, when you trust yourself, see how that manifests beautiful things into your life. It's all about this transformation that you're going through, this realization you're going through. This is such a lovely card. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful card to get. I am going to get you a card from the Herbal Astrology Oracle as well, just to help with your healing and letting go of this past. So this card came out in the reverse. Rebirth. Unbelievable rebirth. Ayahuasca, I believe, is how this is pronounced. This is a herb that is used by shamans in South America to bring about visions, to have breakthroughs. I'm going to put this in the upright. You see how the ancestors are coming here to assist you in clearing out your DNA, clearing out ancestral wounds, generational wounds, and replacing it with this rebirth into potential, into power. I mean, with this jaguar there, with the snake, transformation, again, rebirth, shedding your old skin, shedding what's not of use to you, and stepping into your true power. But in the reverse, I feel you're holding on, and it could be just that it's scary. You know, transformation can feel scary. It can feel alone. I'm going to read you that one from the book. Such a powerful card to get. Group number 3. Okay, ayahuasca. So in the reverse, disbelief in unseen forces, loss of identity, resistance to change, stuck in old patterning, unable to see beyond your experience, shattering of ideas and desire. Exactly what that pretty much summed up this whole reading. This is what I was trying to say. Let's get you the guidance. You are mastering the power of awareness when aligning to a higher power. Ayahuasca spirit is here to support your ascension, drawing upon an ancient wisdom embedded in your DNA and the earth, allowing yourself to be shattered as you travel through the cosmic womb. Ayahuasca catalyzes purification through the cathartic release of the known, only to reveal undiscovered terrain within your soul. You are one with the magnetic brilliance of source, the intelligence that orchestrated the great mystery. Feeling lost in the labyrinth only comes when a loss of intentionality of respect happens. Offer your greatest intentions, sacrifice your needs, enter into the void without expectation, and allow yourself to be consumed by the oceanic consciousness. Remember, dear one, that to heal the world, you must heal yourself. You are the source of love. That's so beautiful. Group number 3. I I hope that message resonated. That was extremely powerful. I have goosebumps. Um, this magician. This is who you're meant to be. Don't be afraid to be reborn into this person. This is your soul's calling. This is what you want. I just, at a soul level, I'm going to get you. This oracle is the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. Some guidance on how to achieve this. Energy work. Yes. Beautiful. This could be meditation. This could be Reiki. This could be anything that has to do, maybe acupuncture even. Anything that clears your energetic body of the old patterning. That's what's coming through here for you. I'm going to get you one last final oracle message. All right, Crocus, breathe. Calm, rest, stop, and just be. Yes. Yes, just breathe. This meditation card. You have the resources within you. Your ancestors and guides and angels are supporting you. Don't feel like you have to rush this process. It's yours to claim. Do the healing that you need to do. The energy work will help. I love that this is a 2-2. I feel like this fear that's holding you back, it's just a fear of the unknown. Rebirth can be difficult, but it's so worth it. The transformation to become this magician. I think this is so beautiful. I hope this resonated for you. If it did, please give me a like, send me a comment. I'd love to chat with you. And if you still feel inclined, go ahead and subscribe to my channel.